Hello, this is Ann-Margaret, and I am coming in today to share something adorable with you that I have created. I just think it is so cute, and I have to share it with you. So if you've watched some of my videos lately, you have seen that I have been creating some of the chaotic journals, and those are inspired by Maria and Olga, and I've included their links on some of the videos I've done. So they create a journal and they call it the chaotic journal, and that just means I think what their meaning is, and what I describe it as, is it's just chaotic. It's full of whimsy and chaos, and nothing is perfect. The stitches, the seams, everything lining up and all, it does not have to be perfect, which is absolutely fabulous in my book, because when I started sewing, I made the decision that I was not looking for perfection. I did not care if my lines were going to be exactly straight all the time, if my stitches ended up where they supposedly should be. I just wanted to have fun with it, because I have my granny sewing machine, and she just so precious to me and still is. My heart is full of so many fun moments that we shared together, memories recreated. And I can remember as a little girl standing beside her at her sewing machine, and her showing me what she was doing, how she was stitching things, threading the needle, letting me plunder through the drawers of her sewing machine. So sewing just has a really special place in my heart. And also my mom sews, and she would show me how to do things and let me stand beside her at the sewing machine, and then she'd teach me things, and both of them would let me, use the sewing machine. But it is very special to me that I have my granny's sewing machine. So, but I also have a new one because it works a little bit easier. But anyway, so this is a journal that is done in the chaotic style, but I'm calling this is a spread joy journal. And this is for my precious mama. So I am going to be sharing this video after she receives it. But I fixed it created it as part of her birthday gift. So she loves sending out snail mail, sending out beautiful cards and notes. And that is really her ministry. And she absolutely filled my heart with an understanding of the joy that snail mail brings, that, just receiving a card in the mail, just letting somebody know that you're thinking of them. They're going through a difficult time, or they've had a loss, or they've got something, awesome that just happened in their life, and you want to congratulate them or let them know you're so happy for them. Just anything. And most importantly, she so believes in those cards that are sent that are just thinking of you cards. I'm praying for you. I'm thinking of you. You're on my heart. And she has truly instilled that in my heart and soul over the years, and even started when I was just a little girl. So I love writing, and I love sending cards and leaving them for people as surprises and things like that. And because she loves doing this, and I always tell her that is her ministry. That is a gift. I mean, her words, when people receive her cards, they save them and they tell her later, and many times, when they'll run into her something about, oh, that card you sent me with such and such on the front, or that message that you wrote, that just touched my heart so, and I still have it standing up, or it's on my refrigerator, or I framed it. So don't ever underestimate what a precious, sweet little card with your handwriting in it, your thoughts from your heart. Don't ever underestimate the value of that and what that can mean to somebody, and the joy that it can bring to somebody's heart on a day when they really need it so very much. And you may not even realize that. I often have, people tell me that when I send a message to them or a card or something, they'll say, you have no idea, the day that I received that, I needed that so much. You just can't even imagine. So I encourage you to send a little card, a note, leave it for someone somewhere, for your spouse, your children, because there's a whole lot of goodness and love that can be shared in the handwritten word. So let's get into seeing this adorable thing. So on the front, of course, I want the whole concept is to spread joy, because she spreads so much joy when she sends her cards and her messages in the mail. So this is created. She loves birds, and as I do, and she taught me to love them so much. And so I wanted to use this adorable bird fabric. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I just love it. I think it's so precious. And the pink that you will see in here that I have lined this journal with, and that I made these little, the tie, so you can tie it in a little bow and close it. And this is all the chunky goodness that's in here. You can just see all the yumminess. So the pink actually is from a dress that I had, I think as a teenager, and I just loved it. I loved the material, and it was kind of almost, just had this distressed feel to it or something. It was just so cute. It had this really unique little white collar on it. So I used that pink to, let me make sure you can see this. I used that pink to line this journal. And one of the things I did was I wanted to make a little pocket, of course. So right in the front, I did this little pocket. And when she sends out her letters, she loves, in her letters and cards, she loves putting a sticker on them. And she will have the cutest little stickers that she's come across and found, and I've done some for her throughout the years. But anyway, I got these adorable, she loves hummingbirds. So I found these adorable little sticker books all about birds. And we used to have, I had a tea room, and my mom and Granny helped me at the tea room, and everything was homemade, and we'll share details about that with you one day if you don't know about it. But anyway, these, I had to get these because they are so adorable. My goodness, look at all this. So these cute little stickers are going to be in here just waiting for her, and she can pull those out and put them on her cards that she's mailing. And these little cards, I'm calling these little message cards that I'm going to be sticking throughout, and they have the theme of the birds we're going to stick with. And I'm going to put some of my favorite verses on here and sweet little notes on the back of them to her. So, and then the main reason I came up with this little this idea for this journal is because I wanted to send her some of my cards, and she loves my photography so much, and she loves my artwork, and she is like my biggest cheerleader, she and John. And so I wanted to create cards for her that I had with some of my photographs and some of my artwork. And so these are some I'll just run through real quickly. This is a beautiful red bird, and if you follow me, you know I have a really big connection to birdies, and I love them so much, and they have special meaning to my heart, especially in thoughts regarding my granny and my niece Kaylee, whom we lost within the same year in 2015. So birdies have a really special place in my heart. And this beautiful red bird, I actually snapped a picture of him at my mom's house. So I think it's really special. But anyway, I got these cards printed up, and a lot of times I print my own cards, but I got these printed up, and on the back of them I wanted to put the Kaylee Joy bracelet that we have in honor of my niece that I created, and they say spreading Kaylee Joy in honor of her. So I knew she'd like that. And this was a beautiful bunting that showed up at our house in Florida one day. That was an awesome surprise. And then here's one of my girlies that I've painted in the Kaylee Joy. I just put this on that cupcake one day, and it just has turned out to make a cute card, and I use it a lot of times with different things I'm doing. There's that beautiful red bird again. And then these were beautiful little birdies that actually were at my mom's house, and I just love that because it's just such a rustic, beautiful picture out in the country. And this was a birdie that I painted, and then these, I turned them the other way so they would all fit in there nicely. Another bunting picture. And this is a beautiful story that I'm going to share on my blog soon about, if you follow me, you know that there's a robin, I call her Kaylee Birdie, and she has visited me ever since the day after my precious niece passed away. And this was just a day where I had a photo shoot with her, and lots of other robins, and it was just an amazing dose of Kaylee joy in my day. So that is from that day. And this I'll be sharing a video probably in a blog post about how this girly, she's a Kaylee joy girly, and how she came to life. She just was bloomed into life, and it was an abstract painting. It was a pulled art painting that I did, and there's just so much story to her and how she came about. So it's just a print of that, and then that one again, and another girly that I painted. And so some of them I put 2 in, I knew she would really like. And then this was Granny Birdie. That's what I call the red bird, the female one that's visited ever since the day after my granny passed away. And then that sweet bunting. So anyway, I'll stick these back in there later. But on this little card, I made this little pocket to hold the cards, and I'll write a sweet little message on that for her. And then I backed it with just some a cute card. And this fabric that you see right here is actually, I can't remember for sure, but it was either some fabric that my mom had or my granny had. So I thought it'd be fun to stick that in there. And then this I made for the envelopes. So I made these cute little grungy ribbons on the side, and I'll show details of how I did this one day. But I actually made this out of a box that had granola bars in it, and I wanted it to be big enough to hold the envelopes and so they wouldn't get squished. And also I decided not to attach this in here, because this way when she's writing her cards, she can just set her envelopes out and she can work on her cards. And I just wanted her to kind of be able to set those out. And she loves sunflowers, so I put that on there. And I really do think she lets her light shine when she sends out this snail mail to people. And that directly points to, just as I've always said about the Kaylee joy and about when we let our light shine, it directly points to her faith in God, and she's helping others to see how his light shines and can shine in their lives. And so then I just put a little note for her. But anyway, be sure you let your light shine, because it matters. Matters, sweet friends, I'm telling you. And then on the back of that, I just use that same fabric, and I'll probably put a little note back here and clip it on, you know, so she'll have, as she flips through, especially the first time, she'll have little sweet notes that she can read, and she will know that I am thinking of her. And then this one, this is just a little birdie card, and I'll put something on the back of it, write a little note. And this actually is just a little, I put this in here, this was just a little pastry bag from one of our cafes here in Old Town, and I just made it into a pocket. And so I put, she loves butterflies too, so I put a little butterfly sticker book in there. And then there's that. And I just love how these little pastry bags sound when they're in a journal. They just sound yummy. So, and then again here, we have another little pocket on the back, and so that's a perfect little place, a spot to put another, a favorite verse on there, an affirmation, or a sweet little message for her. And then, since Easter will be just around the corner, cute bunny stickers that I found. And they actually, she used to receive Ideals. That was a beautiful, beautiful publication that she had a subscription to, and the most beautiful poetry and photos, and I mean, just amazing, just really special publication. And she used to get those, and when I looked at these, I thought, oh my goodness, these look, because their Easter issues were always just so beautiful, made me think of some of the things that you would see in those Ideal magazines. And I thought she will think the same thing. So anyway, there's another little sticker book that she has. So everything is just right ready for her when she's thinking of somebody, or somebody's in the hospital. You know, she wants to remember them and send them a little thinking of you message. And she just, everything she needs is right here. So she's got the cute cards, and she's got the envelopes and stickers for them. And then little messages dotted all about, just to remind her of what a special mama she is, and to always remember that what she's doing. You know, sometimes we go through these we have these moments in our lives where we just think, is what I do in life, does it really matter? I mean, does this really matter if I take the time to do this, or to make that phone call, or to go see this person? Or, sometimes we question if these things that we find joy in doing and that kind of thing, if they're meaningful, what's the purpose of them? Does it really matter? And yes, I just hope that I can help women especially to know you matter so much. Your joy matters. How you find it, how you spread it, how you soak it up, how you give it out to others, how you save a little, that their portion of it for yourself. Because if your cup is not filled, then you can't fill other people's. And so I talk about this a lot, my posts and different videos I've done in the past about self-care, and we have to keep that as a priority in our lives. And it's not being selfish. It's actually a very giving thing to do, is when you do self-care for yourself, that helps you to nurture others. That helps you to love on other people and to share your joy and share your lot and God's lot in the whole realm of it. Because if we're empty, we can't give. We can't, if we're feeling low and our heart and our soul is depleted, then we don't have anything to give out to others. So keep your cup filled with joy, and know that what you do matters. That phone call that you make to a friend, sending a card, it all matters. It matters, sweet friend. I promise you that. So anyway, I hope you've had fun seeing this cute little thing. I am so excited for her to get it. I think we're going to have to do a FaceTime when she gets it, so she can open it and I can just see her face, because I know she's going to be excited about it. And anyway, thank you for stopping by and taking a peek at this with me, and I will let you know what she thinks of it. All right, hope you have a lovely day. See you soon. Ciao.